Forex market hours are broken up into 4 major trading sessions. Can you name them? Tokyo session. Number one, we have Tokyo session. Number two, London. London session. Number three, Sydney. Sydney session. Number four, the most popular, New York session. New York session. All right? Good. So what you just seen here, these are the largest trading centers, accounting to nearly 75% of Forex trading volume. All right? So all these are centers, exchange centers. They account for around 75% of all Forex trading volumes. Okay? So this is why we are going to look one on each of them and see what they bear, right? So we are going to start with the first trading session, which is the Sydney session. All right? We are going to start with the Sydney session. So the first one we're going to look at is the Sydney session. All right? Good. So this session affects what countries? It affects countries like Australia and New Zealand, okay? So it affects currencies of countries like Australia and New Zealand. Right? So we are going to look even at the times where the Sydney session is very active, all right? So the Sydney session is the smallest of the 4 major sessions that we've just named, all right? So this is the smallest, okay, out of the 4, all right? The 4 are London session, New York session, the Sydney session, and the Tokyo session. The Tokyo session is also known as the Asian session, okay? So the Sydney session is the first to open after the weekend, all right? It is always the first session of the day, okay? Making it the starting point for the global trading week. Remember, Forex market, we said these markets are 24 hours, 5 days a week. So when we close our markets on Fridays, when we are opening on Sunday evening, remember the first trading session is always the Sydney session. Okay? Good. So by that fact, the Sydney session usually experiences price gaps. All right? So this is the first trading session of the week, and also the first trading session of the day. All right? Please mark that. Having it as the first trading session of the week, meaning that at some times we experience price gaps. All right? We experience price gaps. Can someone tell me why we experience the price gaps? I'll simply tell you that the price gaps are as a result of events and news that occur over the weekend when the market is closed. All right? So these gaps are the ones that during the market opening hours, you'll find either a gap up or a gap down. All right? So they are as a result of news and events during the weekend. All right? And they are particularly normal. All right. Good. So there are strategies. There are quite a number of strategies that different type of traders use to trade the price gaps. All right, and those that they use to trade during the Sydney sessions. Okay. So strategies here range between range. We have range trading strategies. Why? We are range trading because there's very low volatility here. All right. That is why if the price is trading here, it is trading in a range. All right, because the volatility is not so high that it can break either the support or the resistance. Okay. Good. There are other traders that they trade into the price gaps. All right. Good. So let's say that the price, the close of the week was there. All right. And then the price opens at around here. Okay. So this means that all of this is a gap. Okay. Yeah. All of this is a gap. You'll find there are traders who will trade this strategy whereby it is expected that the price will come back to fill the gap first. All right. After filling the gap, it can either decide to go up or go down. Okay. Yeah. So this is one of those strategies that you will use when trading price gaps. Okay. And these price gaps are more in the Sydney sessions. All right. Have you understood how to trade the price gaps? Yes. Good. So the most affected currency pairs in the Sydney session are the most traded currency pairs are those based in Australia and New Zealand. All right. So it will be the AU, D, US, D, or the NZD, US, D. Is that correct? Good. So we next, of which this is so important, we are going now to look at when does the Sydney session start and when does it end. All right. Yeah. We are going to look these time frames in the East African time because that is our time zone. Okay. Yeah. Or we can even look it at the GMT. Okay. Yes. So this session is expected to start from 00.00 time to I had given you some homework to 09 to 09.00 EAT. The meaning of EAT is East African time. All right. So Nairobi time, this is from midnight. Okay. Yes. From Sunday midnight to Monday 9 a.m. All right. Yeah. So this is the times that these markets are open and active. All right. Good. So when you want to calculate the East African time, you simply go to the GMT. All right. You simply go to the GMT time. You add how many hours? 3 hours. Okay. Yeah. When you want to get your East African time, you go to your GMT, you add 3 hours, you get the hours that you want in your local time. All right? Good. So this time make the Sydney session the first session of the trading day. All right? Yeah. From 12 midnight, okay? This is the beginning of the day to 9 a.m. the following day. All right? Any question about the Sydney session? before we move to the Tokyo session. Have you finished copying this? Can we move to the Tokyo session? Good. So let us wrap this and move to the Tokyo session. The Tokyo session is also called the Asian session. Okay. So let us move to the Tokyo session. Okay. We said the Tokyo session is also called the Asian session. All right. The countries affected by the Tokyo session are Japan. All right. Japan plus Asian countries. All right. Japan and Asian countries. The Asian session is characterized by moderate trading volume and volatility. All right? Good. So remember what we said about the first session, which was the Sydney session. We said it has very low volatility. That is why we were using the range bound trading strategy. Okay? But in this case, it is characterized by what? Moderate. Okay? Moderate trading volatility. Right? Volatility. Good. It is not low and it is not high. It is moderate. All right? When does the Tokyo session open? In East African time, our local time. It opens at 3 a.m. and closes at 12 noon. All right? So it opens at, let me write this in red, 3 a.m. in the morning, East African time, and closes at noon, EAT. Okay? Remember we said when you want to convert it to GMT, it is plus 3 hours. All right? Yeah. When you want to convert East African time from the GMT. All right? So simply put, that the Tokyo session is the second session of the day. It opens between 3 a.m., the time that you are waking up, to 12 noon. Okay? Good. So the Tokyo session overlaps with the Sydney session for very few hours. All right? Yeah. So there is an overlap. Remember, the Sydney session was between 00 to 9 a.m. All right? And now this is 3 a.m. to 12 noon. All right? So by the time 3 a.m. is coming into action, Sydney session had already started. So there is an overlap between those two sessions. Okay? So what the effect of that overlap is that there is increased market volatility. All right? During the overlaps between the Sydney session and the Tokyo session, compared to the Sydney session alone, there is increased market volatility. Okay? Yeah. Good. So the most affected or traded currency pair here, they are yen pairs. All right? They are yen pairs. Okay? So examples of yen pairs are like the USD JPY, Euro JPY. Okay? We have GBP JPY. We have AUD JPY. We are simply saying JPY pairs. All right? Good. All right? Is that very clear? Yeah. Good. So if we are done with this, we will fast forward, move to the London sessions. All right? Good. So there are traders who look at the Tokyo session to see whether they have high and the low of the day, so that it may help them when they are trading the London session to do something we call the Asian session liquidity sweep, okay? So that they may trade on the other direction when it comes to the London session, all right? So if we are done with the Tokyo session, we'll go to the London session, whereby we will look at where the London session and the Tokyo session they interchange or they overlap. All right, good. So let us go to our third session, which is the London session. Remember, this is the largest trading session. Okay, so London session, okay, at number 3. Okay, so as I had already said earlier, the Tokyo session ends and the London session takes over. All right, good. So the London session is the largest trading center globally, all right, contributing to the session's high volatility and liquidity. All right, yeah. This is the most liquid and volatile trading session. Okay, so this one is the largest trading session, okay, and it is most liquid and volatile. Okay, the London session. Okay, so this session is often considered the best for trading due to what? The sheer volume of transaction and the overlap between now the London session and the New York session. All right, are you getting that? Good. So a lot of traders often would want to trade the London session just because of price stability. There is high liquidity, high volatility, okay? And spreads are thin and good. Okay? Yeah. Good. So the most affected trading pairs, currency trading pairs here, are those currencies that are based on the pound, all right, and based on the euro, because we are talking of London. So an example would be Euro USD, okay, Euro USD. Another example will be GBP USD, all right, good, and even USD CHF, okay. It will be traded around these sessions, okay? Yes. As I said earlier, that the spreads here are generally thin, and that is what we want as traders. We want thin spreads, all right? Making it ideal for our day trading strategies, all right? Because remember, in day trading, we are counting on getting in the trades fast and getting out of the trades fast, okay? We are not swing trading. We are just getting in, get the 30 pips, 40 pips, and we are out and done, all right? Good. So we are going to look at the start of the session and the end, okay? Let us look at the start, okay? Let us look at the start and let us look at the end, okay? So where does it start? The London session starts between which time? Between 10 a.m. East African time, between 10 a.m. East African time, and it ends at what time? At 6 p.m., which is 18:00 p.m. East African time. All right. What about in the GMT? It starts at around 8 a.m. and ends at around 5 p.m. Right? 5:00 p.m. GMT time. Okay. So That should be like that. All right? Good. After we've known where the trading session starts and ends, this is so important because it will help you in timing your entries and when you start your trading sessions. All right? Good. So in the next session, we are going to look at the New York sessions. All right? The New York session. After looking at the London session, we are going to look at the New York session. Right? So the New York session is US based. All right? Good. So number 4, it is the New York session. So this is US, United States base. All right. We are going to look at what time does it open and what time does it close. Okay. So ideally, the New York session begins as the London session is halfway through, leading to a very significant overlap that creates some of the most volatile periods in the Forex market. Okay?
Yes.
Good. We said the London session starts at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay? Ideally, the New York session now starts at 3 p.m. All right?
Yeah.
So you can see when the London session is halfway, the New York session begins. And that overlap is the most volatile period or time of the day to trade Forex. All right?
Yeah.
Good. So we are saying that the New York session happens when the London session is halfway. Okay? Creating an overlap. Okay? And this overlap is the most volatile and the most liquid. Okay? If you love liquidity and when the markets, fast moving markets, when the markets are very volatile, this is your session to trade. Okay? Any question? So the most affected currency pairs here are USD based. All right? So we are having Euro, USD, GBP, USD. You can have USD card. All right? USD card. You can even have XAU, USD because they are USD based. Okay? Good. I will repeat this and make it known that in the New York session, this is an excellent session for traders who thrive in a fast-paced environment. Okay? With significant price movements and abundant trading opportunities. Is that clear? When if you are fast paced, you want so many opportunities to get in and out, good spreads, the New York session between 3 p.m. is your time when there is an overlap. All right, between 3 p.m. and 18, between 3 and 6. All right, that overlap is very important. Okay, there are traders I know who only trades during the New York session overlap. Okay, and they are consistently profitable. Okay, good. After studying the New York session, we are now going to study now the overlap. Okay, in the overlap, the first overlap that we saw was the London and the New York overlap. All right, the London and the New York overlap. Okay, so this happens at what time? It happens between 1500 to 1800. All right? EAT, East African time. All right. So it starts from the open of the New York session to the close of the London session. Remember, we said that the London session opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. Sindio? And then the New York session opens at 15:00, which is the East African time, and ends up midnight. Okay, so what I forgot to tell you is that the New York session starts at 15:00, okay, p.m. and goes all along to 00 up to midnight. Okay, this is the New York session. Okay, and the overlap between the London and the New York happens between 1500 and 1800 EAT. Okay, and these are the busiest periods in the Forex markets. All right, so we were looking at the overlap between the London and the New York. Okay, this overlap is characterized by high volatility and high liquidity. Okay, good. So our next overlap would be an overlap between the Tokyo and the London session. Okay, the Tokyo London overlap. Okay, so what happens here? Here, traders have an opportunity of trading currency pairs that are based on the Asian because of Tokyo, and the European currencies based on the London sessions. All right, good. So how do they overlap? We said the Tokyo session opens at 3 a.m. in the morning, and the London session opens between 10 a.m. okay, 10 a.m. so yeah, to 18 p.m. okay. So they overlap between now the open of the London session, which is 10. This was p.m. and this is p.m. So they overlap between 10 a.m. and now the close of the Tokyo session 9 a.m. No. So they overlap between now the close of the London session, which is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the open of the London session. Correct. They overlap between 9 a.m. the time that the Tokyo session is coming to a close, and the 10 a.m. when the London market is opening. All right, good. Can we look at the Sydney Tokyo overlap? Sydney Tokyo overlap. All right, let us look at the time that they overlap. Remember, we said Sydney session opens at midnight. Okay, it goes all along to 9 a.m. in the morning. We said that the Tokyo session ends at 9 p.m. No, 9 a.m. It opens at, no, the Tokyo session opens at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. And at what time does it close? We said 12 noon. Okay, so we were getting this wrong. So the time that they are in overlap is between now 10 a.m. during the open of the what? Of the London session, and the close of the Tokyo session, which is 12:00 noon. Good. Thank you for correcting me. Okay? Now let us look at the Sydney session. The Sydney session overlap, we said that the Sydney session opens at midnight all the way to 9 a.m. Okay? And the Tokyo session opens at 3 a.m. to noon. All right? So where does the overlap comes in? The overlap comes in the opening of the Tokyo session, which is 3 a.m. Sindio? 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. to the close of the Sydney session. Is that right? Which is 9 a.m. No. 9:00 a.m. East African time. Is that correct? Yes, 3 a.m. This is the opening of the Tokyo session and the close of the Sydney session, which is at 9 a.m. All right? Remember that the Sydney-Tokyo overlap is ideal for early risers. You must be those who wake up early, okay? So those looking to start their day with less volatility, they look at the Sydney-Tokyo sessions, okay? Good. If this is very clear, we can rub and look at something else. Can I rub? Good. So let us look at something else. If you are finished copying that, there's something else that we are going to look now. Why should you trade the overlaps? Yes, the first answer is that increased liquidity. All right. During the overlaps, the market is much more liquid. Okay. Yes. More participants in the market, meaning higher trading volume. Okay. Higher trading volume will lead to tight spreads. Okay. Yes. Good. The second reason is low volatility. All right. So increased activity can lead to sharper price movements, leading to more trading opportunities. Okay. Yeah. So when the volatility is high, there is sharp price movements. All right. Yeah. Which will lead to more trading opportunities. Okay. Remember, we were looking at Forex trading sessions. All right. I believe they were not so hard. We have 4 sessions. We said we have London session, Tokyo session, Sydney session, and the New York session. Okay. We said the opening and the closing time of those sessions in our local time so that you may not get confused by the GMT. We said when you want to convert to your local time, you take now the GMT plus 3 hours. Okay. We said that the Sydney session starts between midnight and ends at 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay. What is following is the Tokyo session, which starts at 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay. And it goes until noon. Okay. Now it overlaps with the London session, which starts at 10 a.m., goes all along until 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay. Yes. There is an overlap with the New York session, which starts at 3 p.m. and ends at midnight. Okay. Good. So I see you have learned something. Those times are very important so that you may know where the overlap will be happening. Okay? Yes. So traders, we've reached to the end of our trading class today. Any question or comments? So in the next class, we are going to look at trading time frames. All right? So in that class, we will discuss multiple time frame analysis. Okay? I know you have come across time frames like the daily time frame, the 4-hour time frame, the 1-hour time frame, 30 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame, 5 minutes, 1 minute, and even seconds. Okay? We are going to study how all of these blend together so as to help you develop your trading strategy. Okay? where you'll be coming from higher time frame to low time frame for your confirmations. All right, so let us meet in the next class.